Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Friday, June 20th. So the moon in Aries energy is going to go void, of course, at 9:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're locking into Taurus energy 4 minutes later at 9:54 p.m. again Eastern Standard Time. And of course, this is taking place about an hour prior to the sun shifting out of Gemini, shifting into Cancer, and of course, triggering the solstice check-in point. So we're definitely going to have a lot of intensities poke at us here today. We are in the final degrees of the sun, sitting at 29 degrees in Gemini energy, adding an extra level of intensity and pressure to the headspace, to the choices that we need to make, to the, let's just call it, tug of war going on in our physical realms, in our mental realms, our emotional realms, our physical and spiritual realms as well. And so there is definitely going to be a trigger point, an activation point here today. We definitely have to keep our senses about us. There are going to be a lot of pop-offs taking place in our mind space, downloads, insights that we're going to want to take action upon right away. But of course, we're not in a position to do that. And as we're kind of making our way into the solstice activation, things need to be intense. We are essentially in new timelines, we're in new vibrations, we're in new versions of self. Everything is very new, very foreign, and we're going to need a little bit of time to adjust. So with all of that being said, there are 10 different aspects popping off here today. 7 of those aspects are going to involve the moon. The moon, while in this Aries energy, is going to make a beautiful interaction with the sun in Gemini energy. And of course, we're dealing with air and fire, so we have to expect a combustion point, a spark, a fire, a flame coming out of a revelation, coming out of insight from, of course, the sun and the moon working well together to illuminate what we want, what we need, what we desire, and what we need to do to get it. Having the sun be illuminating these very dramatic, very different choices, different options, different paths and directions. Again, we're at the final stage of Gemini energy where we should be a little bit more certain about what needs to end and die, what we want to build and create, a little bit more sure about the version of self that we need to be anchoring in, a little bit more certain about the path that we want to be walking here. Again, if you still find yourself in a state of confusion, that's okay too, but if you were to review the month and again, bust out your energy guides in order to reference where it is that you were at the beginning of the month and what you were thinking and what you were feeling, you will realize